Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here we go now.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
They'll set up to throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Automatic first down.
They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jonathan Allen able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something that's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
First carry for Darius Geis, and not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
Jordan Reed is one of the best route-running tight ends in the NFL, and it shouldn't be an accident because at one point he was a college quarterback. So at times when he runs routes downfield, I think he's doing it with quarterback eyes and almost in a sense is imagining himself catching a pass from himself.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, look now at the starters for the Giants defensively. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you. Throwing on third down, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. It's Geis on the counter. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Smith. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a give to Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go now.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
On first down, this is Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Kerry Wynn, the one to bring him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Set. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Giants send out their punter now. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, good move. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second down is Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Smith. And this one complete to Reed. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the handoff, it's Geis. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Smith now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Smith throwing again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
To throw on 3rd down. Smith. This will be caught just inside the 10. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Crosby puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job with the step.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Ingram holds it in. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Going for the deep ball. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Crowder now to return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On second down, here's Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Again, Smith. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Smith throwing again. Dumps it off for Geis. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 46 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 6-play drive, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that had been playing before win game one? Right. Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you've got the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up second down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the ref makes a call, no touchdown there, wipe it off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 42 yards out. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a 3rd in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And it's the LA Rams who are moving on to the next round as they were able to knock out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Smith. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Matt Ioannidis able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Crowder. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll hand it down to Geis. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Barkley, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Tressway now. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Giants on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go now. Boom, landing.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now let's go.
Looking to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A gain of 32 that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this
Pass
is on.
interference. Defense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And this is going to be incomplete. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now back out comes the offense. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, fourth quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Third and long, it's Smith, and Reed with it over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there and got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 49 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Well, along with Barkley. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hurry up, here we go.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Giants on 3rd down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Smith. And that is incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you could go on the field, but okay, I see you. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Smith now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now it's Smith. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir. That touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to wind up. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And right now, it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This would put them in the NFC title game. And he got it! The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.